Let's say hello here to, let's start off this hour with Frank on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Hey, Tom, I got a question for you. My mom sold her house, right?
Right.
Hello?
I'm listening to you. Don't end every sentence with a question mark, so I have to go, because it gets really tiresome to listen to.
All right. So she got $100,000, right? Went through a divorce and put the money into 2 checks, $50,000 in her name and $50,000 in my name. She has no debts or anything, and we're trying to figure out what she does with the money.
What she does with the money? Has she paid off all her debts?
She doesn't even pay rent. She lives with my sister.
So she has no credit cards?
Nope.
No car
loans? She
loans?
has credit cards, no debt. Her car's paid off.
All right. And does she have an emergency fund?
She has an extra, $8,000 that she has saved up.
That's not enough. No.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what her monthly expenses are. Right. And that means for everything she spends money on, gasoline, food, whatever she spends, clothing, travel, whatever she spends money on.
Right.
You need to figure out how much she spends, multiply that amount by 12, and she needs to have that in an FDIC-insured savings account.
Okay.
Or checking account. Doesn't really matter savings or checking because the bank's paying hardly any interest anyway.
Right.
So I don't know how much that is, but I would imagine it's at least $50,000 she would have to have put away for that purpose.
Okay.
After she has done all of that, after she has paid all debts, after she has completely secured her emergency fund, the rest of the money, how old is she?
54.
Well, honestly...
She has a secure job. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, but when is she planning on retiring?
Probably not till she's 60.
All right, but that's how many years? 6 years?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, really, for the most part, what she ought to be doing is putting that money into bonds. Municipal bonds. Municipal bonds. Municipal bonds. And, of course, if she lives in California, there are certain bonds that have tax benefits to her, but more importantly, it's tax-free income.
And who would I talk to look into that? Because my mom's originally from Mexico, so she doesn't really quite understand, bonds or stocks or anything like that, like financial stuff.
Well, one way to do it is to have somebody at, a Fidelity Investments or a Vanguard.
Okay.
Because they do actually give you that kind of information, and this is not stock advice they're giving.
Right.
So I would trust them with that.
How much would they charge for just going and speaking with them about money?
Well, generally the way this works is at a place like that, they'll charge you a fee for buying the bonds. So the cost of the advice is in that commission.
Okay. How much is that commission usually to have that idea in your
It's
head?
not a ton. In fact, it's less for bonds than it is for stocks. I don't know the exact number, but it's nothing to worry about. She can afford it.
Okay.
And she should hold those bonds and then get that beautiful tax-free revenue she'll be getting.
What about the situation with the money being in my name?
How did the money get into your name again?
When she got the cash for the house, she split the cash into cashier's checks.
Well, is the money really for you, or are you just doing her a favor by holding it in your name?
No, she just told me there was a check in my name, but it's her money. I don't know why.
All right, so it doesn't matter. You can sign the checks over to her, or you can cash the checks and then give the money to her.
Okay. So, that wouldn't affect me, with my bank, them filing reports on, No,
it might affect you. What it might affect is your taxes. You need to talk to your accountant about what tax impact that would have.
Right, even though it was just a gift. Well, not really a gift, but...
Well, there's only so much in gifts you can get before you start getting taxed on it.
Right.
And I think $200,000 is way over that amount. So you need to talk to your accountant about that.
All righty. Sounds good, Tom.
All right?
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to... Is that Dinette?
Dinette.
Oh, dinette.
Yes.
He wrote it like dinette, and I'm expecting that you'd come with
chairs?
6 chairs and a Formica top.
Not quite. Tom, I've got a problem.
Do they even make dinettes anymore? I haven't been to... ever since Levitt's went out of business, I don't know if they make those.
I think it's kind of a retro thing.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
not sure.
I bet you have your Swanson TV dinner on the dinette set.
True.
That's right.
Okay, question. I have an inheritance of about $500,000 plus 4 rental properties. I'm currently a renter. I'm thinking about buying. Is now a good time?
It's a great time if your plan is to buy a house and live in it for the rest of your life.
Well, basically, I was thinking of taking $400,000 and putting that as that's about a 50% down payment on what I've been looking at, and then banking still the extra $100,000, and of course the rental income and stuff.
Well, as I tell everybody, there are no starter homes.
Well, exactly. I'm not looking at a starter home.
I mean, if you want to buy a house to live in, you're 50, I see here on the screen.
Yeah.
If you want to live in a house for the rest of your life.
Pretty much.
It's a, well, no, not pretty much.
Yes, I do.
I'm talking the rest of your life.
Yeah.
We're talking about conservative financial advice I'm giving here.
Okay.
In turbulent times. Okay, if you're going to buy a place, find your last location.
Okay.
And live, and a place that you could see yourself. They having your wake in the living room. Look at that.
Having what? I'm sorry?
Your wake.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If you can imagine your own wake in your living room, you've found the right place.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been looking at a lot of places that really
make sure it's big enough to hold your casket and your best friends.
And my husband's too.
Right, exactly.
No, I'm just wondering if now's the time to do it.
Now is a great time to do it, because if you're not planning on selling the place, it doesn't matter if the price continues to go down to a certain extent.
Right, because, we have no debt whatsoever, and no credit card loans, no car payments or whatever. I'm just kind of...
And will you have income to keep paying off the balance on that mortgage for long enough that you can pay it off in full?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I mean, on that basis, by the way, credit card debt?
Nope, none.
None. There's no better time to be doing this as long as you're buying a house to live in forever. You're not flipping. You're not saying, well, I'll live in it for a couple of years and see how I like it. No. If you're buying a house for the long haul, this is your last best opportunity, the best opportunity you'll see in your life to buy a house. And I put my money where my mouth is. 1 year ago this week, I bought my second home.
Right.
And I haven't regretted it for a moment. The timing was fantastic, and it still is.
I'm just wondering if the prices are going to go down anymore. I'm kind of being capitalistic in that response.
Why do you care? If you're not planning on selling, does it really matter? The price is irrelevant.
That's true. That's true, and I've got enough money to put a considerable down.
You know whose problem it is? Your executors.
Yes.
This is what I always say about the 2 houses I own. People say to me, aren't you worried? Real estate was down 30% last year. Aren't you worried about that? Well, no. The only person that's a problem for is my executor.
Okay, I get you on
I'm
that.
not selling these houses. But you see, that's a gut check, okay? I'm making a macabre joke for a reason.
Right.
Because that's really the way I feel.
Well, that's kind of the way it is. There is no more flipping houses or anything like that. That's the market that's gone by the wayside.
Right.
And I'm not interested in doing that. I'm just interested in not paying rent anymore.
Well, I understand that, but, paying rent is not a bad thing. It has been demonized, but it is not a bad thing. I paid rent here in Los Angeles for 9 years after I moved here.
Yeah, and you don't have the responsibilities of the house and stuff.
Well, I arrived here in 1988 when the market was about to peak.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then the market cratered in 1990.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, you're right.
And it was in like a recession for like 7 years.
Yeah. See, my biggest problem is I'm the landlord for a joint landlord for 4 different other places, and it's like, well, shouldn't I at least be a landlord, or own my own house?
That's not the reason to do it.
Well, it's kind of I want a house very badly, and it's kind of crazy to be in the position I am financially, and also money coming in on a regular
and be sure to buy something that mortgage payment is below your means, because you need, if you want to enjoy that house, you want to furnish it properly. You want to insure it properly.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be able to fix things when they break and not have to live with things leaking and dripping, which many people do.
Hey, I do that now, and I'm a renter.
No. Well, where's your building manager?
Our landlord's just really sweet, and so we just go ahead and pay for a lot of the stuff that has to be done. You know, she's a very reasonable landlord, so.
Okay. Well, that's what you need to do.
Okay, well, thank you, Tom.
Darling, thank you. I appreciate the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show. 97.1 FM Talk.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. Number one in men. Men 25 to 54, we're number one. Oh, yeah. Thank you for making us number one of the afternoon in Southern California. 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking about your money here. And before we continue your conversation about money at 1-800-5800-TOM, I have a caller named Van. I talked to Van last week, and ironically, Van, I think he's about to drive a van. Now, before we get into what you're doing now, Van, remind everybody of our conversation from last week.
Yeah, man. You know, I was down and out, and I was going to go back to her. I caught her by checking her phone when she was in the bathroom. She cheated on me with her yoga guru instructor. And I found the text that said, miss you too. And I was driving down PCH, and I said, let me call Dad. And you said the key right at the end. You were like, and you're a fool, and you're going to take her back. And that rang true, man. And so I called a couple friends. I told them, you know, what was going on. I drove home. She was there ready to go work out, and I let loose. Like something came out of me. I'm not an angry guy, but I let it out, you know. Knocked over a couple planters and told her to pack it, and then I was packing it, and it was over. And so right now I'm driving down the street in the U-Haul full of my stuff, and I had to call and tell you thank you, and I needed a little support also because I'm a little shook right now, but I'm doing the right thing, man.
How did she react when you told her you were out?
Well, she was just shocked. I think she's still brainwashed by the guy. Like, she still defended him till the end. Like, you know, like, I don't get it. Like, I'm really confused by that.
Wow. She thought you should tolerate that?
I don't think she knows what she wants. Now she's texting me, and she's all shook up, and she says she blinked her eyes and everything's over, but she's going to get home tonight, and I mean, it was all my stuff anyway, so it's empty. Like, there's nothing left. I even got the dog, man. Got my puppy on my lap next to me right now.
Unbelievable. And where are you going?
You know, my pops died like 8 months ago, so here's the cool part is that he left a lot of land up in Agua Dulce, like up to 14, and she hates it up there. And so she was like the problem with me buying it all and renovating the house. I want to turn it all into a music studio and make my dad's dream come true. And now I'm free to do it, you know?
Wow. I'm very proud of you, Van. I'm proud you got it done. I'm proud that you're out. I really am. I'm thrilled for you.
If anyone's listening and they're going through this, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. My stomach's hurting right now. But you're right. Like, they're not going to change. They're going to do it again. And, you know, you got to hold yourself up on a pedestal and say, you know, I'm not going to take that crap. I want it all, or I want to be on my own, you know. And so I find a person who could give me that, or I'm going to be on my own and make my dreams come true, you know, right?
I'm thrilled for you. I think that's fantastic. Good for you.
Right on, Tom. So I'm on the right path, right?
You're on the right path. Keep it going.
Right on. Hey, Dino was on the phone, and he pulled me right through. He's a great guy. And tell him thank you for you know, you changed it for me, Tom. Like, I was going to take her back, and like I saw the light, and now I'm on my new path, brother.
Good for you, Van. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Love that. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Josh on the Tom Leykis Show.
What's happening, Tom?
Not much, Josh.
Hey, I want to see your take on what you think about investing in life insurance.
Do you have a wife and kids?
I have a wife, no kids.
What do you need life insurance for? Do you not, are you not able to save on your own or invest on your own?
Just basically my burial, my final expenses. I kind of went through a tough time the last couple of years. I've been in mortgage for the last 8 or 9 years, and I'm told that life insurance creates an instant estate.
Well, that's the sales pitch, of course, but couldn't you just save up for your burial, your funeral on your own and have an account or your own investments? Do you need a life insurance company to do that?
What does something like that cost, Tom?
What does it cost to put money away? Well, it's free. You start an account, you put money in.
No, I mean, as far as like a burial, I mean, I've never had to bury anybody. So,
Well, it depends. I mean, are you looking to have a New Orleans funeral or are you looking to go to Potter's Field? I don't know.
I want to be cremated on Pebble Beach.
You want to you want to be cremated and you want your ashes scattered on Pebble Beach.
There you go.
I don't think they allow open flames out on Pebble Beach.
Probably not.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's not very expensive. And putting money away in life insurance, it seems cheap when you're, when you have those deals where you're paying $9.99 a month or whatever it is. But how many years are you going to have to pay?
Right.
I see here you're only 33 years old.
I am, but
why not just save money and put it aside?
Well, can I build up like a cash value or something, or is what I'm told?
I happen to believe, the salespeople tell you that. I mean, you say it's what you're told. You're told that by the salesperson. Life insurance, in my view, as someone who was a self-made millionaire, and my dad had life insurance, okay? But I must say that unless you've got kids, life insurance is for people who don't have the balls to save and leave the money alone.
Wow. I hear you.
It's enforced saving.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've always been told different, so that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, why do you ask the customers at AIG what they think of insurance?
Well, didn't AIG invest all their money in mortgages?
I don't care where they invested it. The point I'm making to you is insurance companies like you to think they are like the Rock of Gibraltar, let's say.
Uh-huh.
Right? What was the ad for AIG? I was at Shea Stadium the day it closed. There was a huge AIG ad out in the outfield. And is it big enough to be there? Where? Bankruptcy court?
Sure.
I mean, again, you're 33. How about saving?
That's definitely an option.
Do it.
All right, Tom. Hey, will you blow me up old school?
Yes, I will. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. And let's say hi here to Joshua on the Tom Leykis Show. We're talking about your money. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
I can't complain. Hey, I just want to know, you say the 12-month emergency fund, like how much should I put up? I ain't got none right now,
Well, how much do you spend? And by the way, don't answer too quickly because you don't know the answer. How much do you spend in a month?
Probably more than $900.
Probably a lot more than $900. How much is your rent?
It's like $618.
Your rent is $618?
Yeah, 1 bedroom.
Okay. And what do you spend on groceries?
Maybe like $170.
Per month or per week?
Like month.
Per month. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're already up over $800. What do you spend on electricity?
Maybe that's like $50 because I'm never here. I'm always at work.
Gas?
Like $10.
Cable TV?
That's a good $50.
Cell phone?
That's another $50.
Clothing?
We got uniforms, so.
Yeah, what do you wear when you're not at work?
Oh, there you have it. That got to be like $200 right there. So that's, man.
Yeah. Maintenance on your car?
Matter of fact, I got a car note. I pay $400 a month.
Gasoline?
A month, or we talking about a week? Like, that's over $200.
$200 a week?
$200 like a month.
$200 a month. Well, you see what I'm trying to tell you here, Joshua? You have no idea how much you spend. You probably spend more than $2,000 a month. I bet it's more than $2,000 a month.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
All right, you need to, whatever that number is, you need to figure out what it is.
Okay.
Then you need to multiply it by 12.
Okay.
That's what needs to be in the bank.
Okay.
It is not to be touched except in case of emergency, like you lose your job.
I get what you're saying.
You got to do it.
Hey, I'm going to do it. I ain't got no choice. The way the economy is now, I'll be a fool not to.
You know, I'm looking out for you, and I think that the most important thing is to be prepared for losing your job, because lots of people are losing their jobs. You'd be surprised at the people losing their jobs.
You ain't going to tell me. I know that.
I don't think you do.
So, and just take me out Kobe style.
Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. It beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. The Tom Leykis Show. 97.1 FM Talk.
Sorry I'm late. I was tanking up. It's the Tom Leykis Show. The show guys love. Guys love women who love the Tom Leykis Show. That's what the numbers say right here. Look at them. It's 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Talking about your money. Crank that, Gary. Yeah. Loudest talk show on the radio. Oh, boy. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Patrick on the Tom Leykis Show. Yes. Patrick is deaf here.
I'm here. Sorry about that, guys. Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Did you want to talk to Tom?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on, please. See if I can get him for you. It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking about your money. Patrick. Adam. Yes. Can I help you?
Hello?
Yes, can I help you?
Tom Leykis.
Why, yes.
How are you, my brother?
Do you care?
I do care.
I'm doing great.
I have a question for you, my friend.
Okay.
I made my money years ago in the real estate market, and obviously I've diversified now. What is your opinion on investing in the banking or in banks right now? I mean, I know it sounds like a crazy question, but...
I think unless you are Warren Buffett or Benjamin Graham, he's dead, so you could probably take his Social Security number and pose as him. The point is, unless you are well-versed in investing,
okay,
that is extremely risky.
Really?
Of course it is. Which banks are you invested in?
Well, I've never invested in the stock market. But
if you were going to, which banks would you invest in?
Citi, Chase, the bigger banks that hopefully would only go up.
Citibank is on the verge of people are demanding it be nationalized. Do you understand?
But even if the banks are bought by someone else,
nationalizing a bank doesn't mean it's been bought by anybody.
Okay. And that's why I'm talking to you.
Hugo Chavez nationalized the oil industry in Venezuela.
Okay,
I don't think the shareholders received a big return on that.
Right. I see what you mean now. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to do any investing, you should be investing in things that are still going to be here when this is over.
And that's why I was hoping the banks would be.
Well, I'm hoping Santa Claus is coming to town, too, okay? The fact that you're hoping for it doesn't mean it's a good investment.
Right. I will take your word for that.
You know, I think the people who invested in Circuit City were hoping that people would start buying electronics again.
Right, but that's a little bit of a different kind of market.
How so?
Well, you're talking about product as compared to, you know...
Banks have products.
Right.
Certificates of deposit are products. Mortgages are products.
Okay.
Just because you can't stack it and put it on a shelf doesn't mean it isn't a product. Services are products.
Okay.
All right? These are all consumer products.
So not a safe bet?
No.
Okay.
Now, understand, people who know what they're doing, like Warren Buffett, probably knows which banks to buy and which ones not.
Right.
But you don't.
You're exactly right.
So what you're doing is you're treating Wall Street like it's Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
Aren't you?
Like I said, I know very little about the stock market.
You are in the sports book on Super Bowl Sunday, and you are betting on who's going to score more than 37 points.
Gotcha.
That's all it is. That's not investing.
Well, I appreciate your time, sir.
That's gambling. No gambling. No gambling now. There's no room for that.
I appreciate it.
All right?
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I tell you, these guys are killing me. Killing me. Andrea on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you, darling?
I'm doing good. I wanted to ask you if it's a wise decision to invest in gold.
Well, it's not a wise idea to spend a lot of money investing in gold, okay? It is a wise idea to have precious metals be part of your overall investment portfolio.
Okay.
Generally, what that means is, how much is your investment portfolio?
Well, I have a 401k. I have about $100,000 invested in that.
All right. So 5% of $100,000 would be $5,000.
Right.
So about 5 ounces of gold.
So that's all. I should only purchase that much, just to $5,000 and no more than that?
That's generally what is recommended.
Okay.
Because, again, do you know about investing in gold?
No.
So you're a gambler?
Yes.
Darling, haven't you learned from what's going on out there?
Yes, I know what's going on out here.
But have you learned from it?
Oh, yes, I have. I've learned to not spend money and don't get
But here's the part you haven't learned.
And save my money.
No gambling.
I know, but I love it.
No, darling, save the gambling for Wynn or Bellagio or somewhere like that. This is your life.
Okay, so no more than 5%.
No more than 5%, period.
Okay, so that's for gold as well as silver, any precious metal, right?
Total of precious metals, 5%.
Okay. Thank you very much.
By the way, what do you know about silver investing? Even less.
Nothing.
Darling, really, my recommendation is you not do any. But if you insist on going ahead and doing it, do not exceed 5%.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your
Now, where are you going to buy gold from? You going to buy it from one of these services on TV?
Yeah, well, I hear it on the radio all the time.
Darling.
They talk about, the value of the dollar and blah, blah.
Darling, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think that those places offer the best price on gold?
Oh, of course not. I was going to research it on the Internet and try and find the best place to go. Or talk to Fidelity Investments. That's where my 401k is.
Wouldn't that be the first place to go?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Makes sense.
Just believe me. These places that advertise on the radio and have the daily gold update.
Are they scams, Tom?
Well, if I said that, I'd be biting the hand that feeds me. But let me just ask you a question.
Okay.
Instead of doing a commercial, some of these places will say,
and now here's today's Daily Gold Update with Barry Goldstein from Joe Blow Gold Incorporated. Gold is going up, up, up. Call 1-800-GET-GOLD now.
Do you think that Barry is going to give you the best price on gold?
Of course not.
Then why would you even think of calling a place like that?
I don't know, Tom. Really, I'm just starting out.
Because you don't know what you're doing. And you're going to end up like everybody else out there who got burned.
Yeah.
I know it's boring. Boring is good. Gordon Gekko in the 80s in the movie Wall Street said, greed is good. This is the year 2009. Boring is good.
So I want to be conservative and boring?
In your investing, yes.
So what would you suggest? And I should be better off put the money in like a CD or something?
Well, first of all, do you have any credit card debt?
No.
Zero?
Zero.
Car loans?
I know, crazy.
Car loans?
No car notes.
Student loans?
I have a mortgage, but that's it.
Right. And what are your terms of that mortgage?
You mean like 30-year fixed? Is that what you mean?
And how much did you put down and things like that?
Oh, I put down 80%.
80%?
Yeah.
So you have 80% equity in your home?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you have a mortgage at all?
So I can write it off on my taxes.
What is the point of that?
I don't know.
I mean, darling, see, again, you're proving my point here. In order to have something to write off on your taxes, you had to spend something.
Right.
If you're in the highest tax bracket, I'll assume for the purposes of this conversation you are. Let's say you spent $10,000 in interest on your mortgage this year. You only get back $5,000.
Oh. Well, that's not good, is it?
You never get back what you paid in.
So I'd be better off to then pay off my mortgage and then have no debt at all, and then I can go crazy with investing and gamble away.
I tell you, I put my money where my mouth is. I have 2 mortgages, and my plan is to have both of them paid off by the first quarter of next year, completely.
That's a great plan.
Because, right, if one of my mortgages is 5 7/8, one is 5 1/8, how many investments are paying that much these days?
Yeah. My mortgage, my interest rate is 4 1/8.
Whatever it is. You know what the rate is on zero debt? 0.
Yeah, right? Okay. Well, you've given me a lot to think about, so I will talk with my husband and, hopefully make the right decision. So thank you very much.
Hopefully you will.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show. 97.1 FM Talk.
From Hollywood, it's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Here's Chad on the Tom Leykis Show. We're talking about your money. Hello.
Hi there, Tom. I just wanted to call and say that I think you're spot on in your advice that you're giving to the guy who wanted to invest in the banking market, the woman who wanted to call up and ask about investing in gold now. And I think that your advice not to gamble and not to speculate now is long overdue, and I think that many, many people would have benefited from that advice a few years back.
Well, I've been giving the same advice for a very long time. But when people hear these TV commercials and they watch CNBC and, they see all these people saying buy, 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 they can't resist. This is what they do.
But I think, Tom, you add something in addition to that, and I think you're a first-class citizen in the debate that's going on right now and the services that are being rendered to the public, in that your advice is very accessible for these people, for your callers, for the public, and I think that you're doing a great service for everybody.
Well, thank you for that, Chad. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a great day. It's Megan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Hi. I had a kind of a different idea, staying within the live below your means theory. I only have $10,000 for down payment. I made $97,000 last year. Unfortunately, I made the decision to furnish my apartment. So I have all the furnishings to go into a small house. But my question is, if I bought a condo, I've been looking online right in my area. There's some for $108,000 to $117,000, which would put my payment with insurance, taxes, and PMI at about $1,000, and then the condo fee of $250. So I'd be paying exactly the same as I pay in rent. Would that be a good idea?
No, number one, because you don't love that building. You only love it because you think you're getting a good deal or you think you're getting away with something.
Right.
And you're not. Because PMI, you're paying for nothing. Let's start with that. If you don't have 20% down, you are throwing your money away.
But if I'm paying the same amount that I'm paying in rent, and that money's going towards my mortgage,
but what you just said. I mean, do you know how little goes towards the principal in the beginning?
$667 according to the mortgage calculator.
Out of how much?
Out of the $1,000.
No, that's not even true. $667 is going to mortgage interest.
Okay, but hear me out. So if I end up selling the place, say it doesn't even appreciate, and I still sell the place for $110, and I've paid, say,
Darling, first of all, the idea, disabuse yourself of the notion that within 5 years you're going to sell any piece of real estate for the same amount you paid for it. Or more.
These are discounted prices online.
It doesn't matter. Discounted compared to what? What are these condominiums worth? Nobody even knows.
Well,
I've seen some very frightening stories that I've been reading, and I read these magazines and these publications, and I know you don't. That the whole assessment business is out of whack because nobody even knows how much property is worth anymore.
Oh, completely. I completely agree with you. But
so what? How much these condominiums are worth is something you don't know, they don't know, nobody knows.
Well, 1992 was when the last time it sold for $108,000, and in 2005 the same condo sold for $360,000.
Yeah, but we haven't had an unemployment. But guess what? We haven't had an unemployment rate like this since 1981.
Right.
So your condominium is still overvalued.
But do you think in 3 or 5 years, if you can sell it for the same, at least you've put into it?
No, because you will have paid maintenance. You will have paid PMI. You will have paid the cost of owning the place. You will have paid property taxes.
Right, but all of that included
you
is the same
by
as
the
my
way,
rent.
let me add also, when you sell, you have to pay a 6% commission to the realtor.
Correct.
That means to break even, the thing has to appreciate by 6%.
So it has to sell for $120,000 instead of $110,000.
Yeah, well, guess what? There's no guarantee it's going to go that high.
No, but at least if you...
Look, darling, you've already made your decision. Why are you calling me for information? First you call me, and then you argue with me.
Well, I'm just saying
if you know more than I do, then don't ask me for advice. Do whatever you want.
What do you think the best situation would be, then?
I think to buy someplace you don't love, that you don't plan to live for at least 5 to 10 years, if not forever, is a bad idea right now. Bad.
Right.
Bad, period.
My second scenario is if I purchase with my brother, we could afford a $500,000 house in Huntington
It's not the amount of the house, okay?
Really?
It has to be someplace you're going to live, where you're going to, I see you're 29 years old. Plan to get married ever? Plan to have children ever? You're gonna
Not really.
Your brother, so you're going to live alone for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
That's my point. You don't know.
It's a 30-70, though. It's not like a 50-50.
Go ahead and live with your brother.
Well, I'm just saying that in 10 years when
And is he ever going to get married?
He's decided he doesn't want to get married.
Yeah, but that's fine until he meets somebody and knocks them up.
Well, he swings for the other team, so what are you going to do?
All right. Point is, so he's never going to have anybody he's in love with? He's never going to have anybody live with him?
Well, in 10 years when we can sell it, then it'd be the same.
That's my point. Well, why? If you're planning on selling, don't be buying.
So what's the best case scenario? So only if you want to live there for the rest of your life to buy a house?
I am saying we're talking long term. Because I say in the next 10 years, and I'm not a certified financial planner, not a stockbroker, I'm not a realtor. This is my opinion based on a lifetime of experience buying and selling my own houses, okay?
Correct.
My guess is it will take at least 10 years just to get back to where we were 2 years ago.
Okay. So you're saying wait then and just keep saving.
I'm saying wait until you can afford the place of your dreams.
Okay, I agree with that, and I've been kicking it back and forth. So where I live, I do like where I live. It's 1 mile from work.
All right.
My car's
and that has
13,000
value.
miles for 2 years.
That saves wear and tear in your car. It saves you gasoline. On top of that, you're saving property taxes. You're saving maintenance fees. You're saving PMI. You're saving the cost of maintenance. You're saving the cost of a leaky roof or a leaky pipe under the sink.
Damn my family and friends, because they all say the opposite. But I agree with you.
They don't know what they're talking about.
All right.
How many of them are self-made multimillionaires?
Just one. But they won't give me any money.
Well, neither am I, and I'm a self-made multimillionaire.
All right. Well, thanks, Tom. I really love your advice, and I agree with everything.
Megan, good luck. Thank you.